Hey, welcome or welcome back. If you heard Meghan Markle won against her half-sister in the defamation case against Meghan, that's not accurate. In fact, things are heating up and the case may be far from over. Florida Judge Charlene Honeywell is hearing the case and spent about an hour yesterday listening to arguments from both sides. A decision is pending on this case. I'll be breaking down what's happened in a Tampa, Florida court yesterday, November 8th, and what will be the next step, if any, in Markle versus Markle. Welcome to True Lies Scandals. Subscribing is free. You can hit the subscribe button below anytime while watching. Thank you so much for your support. For those of you who have been following this case from the get-go, you're now getting familiar with it. In March of 2022, Meghan Markle's half-sister Samantha Markle filed a defamation lawsuit against her for allegedly falsifying a statement of fact. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, told Oprah Winfrey in a 2021 televised interview that she grew up as an only child and wish she had had siblings. Here's that clip.
I grew up as an only child, which everyone who grew up around me knows. And I wished I had siblings. I would have loved to have had siblings. So I'm so excited to be pregnant so that Archie has someone.
Meghan essentially dismissed that Samantha was her half-sister, her half-sister, same thing. They share the same father, different mothers. She essentially dismissed that Samantha is her half-sister when she made the claim about growing up as an only child. In her lawsuit, Meghan's sister said the Duchess did grow up with two half-siblings who were involved in the Duchess's life as she was growing up. Her sister is suing for defamation because she started getting trolled on Twitter and other social media platforms by trolls who called her a liar, among other things, and made derogatory remarks towards Samantha Markle. Samantha's lawyers said in the court documents, that by publishing these false facts, Meghan was making it apparent that her older sister was an opportunist of the worst kind. Meghan's vendetta caused people who watched Oprah and who adore the Duchess to have and display hatred toward Samantha Markle. Meghan's sister is suing for $75,000 for making false and reckless statements about her that damaged her reputation. Furthermore, Samantha is suing for loss of income from her book sales. Samantha's lawyers are arguing that she suffered financial loss because of the false and malicious statements Meghan made to Oprah Winfrey and subsequently on Netflix. On top of that, Meghan's sister claims she received death threats and faced negative scrutiny in the community where she lives. Her sister claims that her Twitter account was wrongfully suspended after Meghan suggested that she used her account to attack Meghan and promote a hate campaign against her on social media. Samantha's legal team says Meghan made the statement knowing it to be false, but did so maliciously and intentionally to damage her sister's reputation and destroy her credibility. If you are interested in more details on this case, please check out my video. The link is above, where I went in detail, citing information after information that are in the documents filed by Meghan and by Samantha. And you can have a really good insight as to all the details surrounding this case. If you like, you can check out the video following the link above. Remember, Meghan felt she had to distance herself from her blood family members and relatives as part of her plot to marry into the royal family, like narcissists do. And I do think Meghan Markle is a narcissist. I'm not the only one who suspects that she is a narcissist. If she's not the textbook narcissist as far as narcissistic personality disorder goes, which is something that has to be diagnosed clinically in a clinical setting by a psychiatrist or a psychologist, she does definitely, to me, showcases narcissistic tendencies. And I have done an entire video examining some of the traits, the 9 traits of narcissist, and giving you real life examples of when I think Meghan demonstrated narcissism. So like narcissists do, she isolated her father, that's Meghan. She isolated Thomas Markle, her dad, her half-siblings, Samantha and Thomas Markle Jr., not to mention her aunts, her uncles, nieces, and so on. Everybody got shut out. Meghan did not invite any of her family members or relatives to her lavish royal wedding, except for her mother, Doria Ragland, who Samantha claims really played no part in the upbringing of Meghan Markle. She played no part really in raising Meghan. According to Samantha, her sister, it was her father, Thomas Markle, who raised Meghan, who had full custody of Meghan, or shared custody, but Meghan Markle spent most of the time with her father. But Meghan denies that. Meghan said she wasn't living with her father, that she was living with her mother. All of this will come out in court if this case goes to trial, okay? Meghan did not invite any of them to the wedding except for her mother. In fact, then Prince Charles broke with royal protocol and agreed to walk Meghan down the aisle as father of the bride. Never happened. Never happened in the history of the royal family, okay? Meghan did not allow her father to come to the wedding to walk her down the aisle. Critics, like myself, feel that Meghan had something to hide about her past, or she's ashamed of her past. Therefore, she distanced herself from her very own family so Harry and the royal family won't discover all the skeletons in her closet. For example, there is an ongoing scandalous rumor that Meghan was a yacht girl, quote unquote, yacht girl, who frequented Jeffrey Epstein's yachts as an escort to millionaire men. Those of you who have followed the Jeffrey Epstein case, Jeffrey Epstein is now dead. He supposedly committed suicide in prison while he was awaiting trial for sex trafficking of young girls. And Prince Andrew, King Charles's brother, Prince Andrew's name was also called in this whole scandal, okay? Anyway, back to court news. Meghan's lawyers asked Judge Honeywell to throw out the lawsuit. According to them, Samantha's case is baseless and without merit. After listening to arguments from both sides, the judge said she will issue a written decision on whether the case should move forward or be dismissed. And just a quick one back to the accusation that Meghan was a yacht girl. Do check out my video on the entire scandalous story by clicking the link above. Samantha first filed a case against Meghan on March of 2022. Her case was dismissed, but the judge allowed her lawyers to make corrections to the complaints that were being made. They made the amendment, and the current case before the court represents the corrected or amended statements in the lawsuit. So the judge sort of kind of gives Samantha a chance to rectify the errors in her claims and come back with a corrected version. And that's what the judge is hearing now to determine whether the case has any merits and whether it should go to trial. The judge's written decision is expected within a month or so. If the judge orders the case to move forward, the next stage will be what's called discovery. This is where Meghan's legal team will have to hand over documents requested by the court and her sister's legal team. Those documents can include text messages, emails, photos, all sorts of things based on the request. If the judge allows the case to go forward to trial, both Meghan's and Samantha's lawyers will have to prepare for upcoming depositions. If the case is thrown out, that would be the end of Samantha's case based on the current complaints and accusations and allegations. According to reports, Meghan will have up until January 7, 2024 to hand over the requested documents. If the case does go forward, we would be seeing Samantha Markle versus Meghan Markle in court, head to head, around July of 2024. And these dates are according to mainstream reports. So thank you for stopping by. Feel free to share your views in the comment section below. That's all for now. Remember to hit the subscribe button below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content and share it to your social media. Thank you so much. Until then, be kind to yourself, be true to yourself, be safe, and I hope to meet up with you again right here next time for another episode of True Lies Scandals.